YouTube, man, what the hell going on? I hope y'all having a good day, blessed day. And man, this video, it made me do a video like this. I just seen Vince McMahon. I'm gonna do a video on it probably right after I drop this. But Vince McMahon, and they even had Brock Lesnar and Triple H and all them. Man, what the hell these folks got going on? The hell these folks going on? But I'm finna watch 10 Vince McMahon outrageous moments. And that man has some outrageous moments. So we're gonna hop into the video. But man, I don't know what the hell they got going on, but shit.
98, when McMahon lay in a hospital bed after having his ankle broken by The Undertaker and Kane the previous week. It led to the debut of Mr. Socko and Stone Cold Steve Austin coming in, raining down shots on Vince's injured ankle before smashing a bedpan over the boss's head.
When Steve grabbed the bedpan, Steve just grabbed shit that was near him and hit Vince with the bedpan and about killed him.
I don't think it's going to hurt that much, but this fucking thing is thick. And of course, when it's showtime, you don't even think about it. That was fun.
In 2001, Vince began to make out with Trish Stratus on TV, while McMahon's wife Linda was wheelchair-bound in a zombie-like state. But things truly hit the fan when Vince made Trish bark like a dog and strip live on Raw. Vince also covered Trish in dirty mop water at one point.
I knew that the way it was presented to me that I would get mine in the end, and I did. So it turned out to be a memorable moment and a necessary moment for what we were creating in the story.
At the same time, he was in a rivalry with his son.
It's all for the story, huh? It's all for the story. Oh man, it's all for the story, huh? Alrighty, it's all for the story.
Shane McMahon saying and doing some of the most
that
heinous
man was
things
wild.
you could imagine as a father.
I will never ever forgive your mother for giving birth to you.
God damn.
God's sake.
This is bad enough, but it doesn't even scratch the surface when it comes to the crazy thing.
I don't care how fake people think that is. If your father told you that shit, you be like, man, where we cross the line? Like, where we going from here? Where we going from here? Because god damn, that hurt.
Things that Vince has scripted himself to do on television. Number 10, gets naked for Tori Wilson. Vince certainly enjoyed making out with countless women on television.
Always been attracted to women, love women.
But the Miss McMahon character was prepared to take it one step further on the July 2nd Raw from 2001. On the show, Vince appeared with Tori Wilson backstage and questioned how badly she wanted to become a WWF superstar. And it became clear that Vince could make this happen, provided Tori made love with him. Although, despite several attempts, the two were continuously interrupted. First by Stone Cold whilst in the shower, then by Kurt Angle in a mop closet, and also by Perry Saturn in a bathroom. Vince and Tori then made their way to the laundry room where they finally had some privacy. Tori began to undress Vince and then asked him to close his eyes. McMahon obliged, only for a few seconds to pass before he opened his eyes again. And when he did, staring back at Vince was his wife Linda, looking on in disgust.
And I've got a big surprise for you.
Vince tried to play it off as if he was doing his laundry, but Vinnie Mac had been caught with his pants down. Number 9, screaming in the announcer's ears. Vince screaming in the commentator's ears was an unfortunate staple of WWE programming for many years. It's forced some announcers to outright quit the company because of the constant tirade of abuse over the headset,
him yelling in the ears is crazy.
The likes of Taz and the hardcore legend Mick Foley.
Look at Batista's face. It's nothing but pure hatred, a mask of unbridled hatred. And then I hear that voice go, "That's enough with that effing hate word." And I went, I'm not used to being treated like this, right? That was part of the job. I didn't want any part of it.
Renee Paquette cited a specific moment when she knew she was done with the WWE after Vince screamed in her ear.
The Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, throwed a package, and he's in my ear and goes, "You fucking ruined it!" Screaming at me, telling me that I've ruined this segment because I did not refer to Tyson Fury as the lineal champion. At that point, I knew that I was kind of like, I am out of here, man.
Since Vince has stepped away from creative duties, the commentary on WWE has improved significantly.
Yeah, because he ain't yelling their goddamn ears. But everybody knew that. Michael Cole dealt with it. Mike Cole got way better. Hey, just keep on going. That's the motto over here, people. Keep going. You keep going. Sometimes you gotta quit, but goddamn, if you want to keep going and you think it's the right idea, keep fucking going. And Michael Cole was doing better than ever. All of them doing good.
Michael Cole especially being given a new lease of life, as Cole had previously been the worst victim when it came to McMahon yelling at the announce team.
Damn for young Michael Cole.
You want me to say that every time? Because I said a shitload of times tonight. Okay. Yes, sir. So you want? Yes, sir.
Michael Cole, shut up!
Michael Cole, 25 years into this thing. Almost.
Horrible human being.
Number 8. Vince has been put on trial and sued countless times, but his only ever arrests have come on television, including in 1998 and 2015. However, his most entertaining arrest went down on the November 22nd Raw in 1999. Vince sought revenge on DX and especially Triple H. After they tormented the McMahon family the previous week in numerous ways, Vince was hell-bent on getting payback, and did so by ramming and destroying D-Generation X's limo. McMahon also tried to break down the door of DX's locker room, but was apprehended and arrested by the police.
This ain't too crazy.
What are they doing? He's arrested.
Vince was then booked and processed in the county jail before being put in a cell. Vince posted bail just in time to return for the main event, where he closed the show by attacking Triple H, throwing him off the stage to the floor below.
Oh my God! That's gotta be 15 or 20 feet.
That ain't
7,
too crazy.
pees and poos his pants on live TV. Stone Cold Steve Austin's torment of Vince led to some truly epic moments. One of which was the time on Raw in October 1998 when Austin held a gun to McMahon's head. A terrified Vince was almost crying in fear, only for Stone Cold to reveal,
We know this would not go with today. We know these niggas are cancel WWE so quick. We know this shit wouldn't fly. I remember of course I was only 4 years old, but I remember seeing this earlier in my younger days. Like, man, niggas wanted a toy gun after this. And niggas wanted a toy gun after this.
he was wielding a toy gun. However, Vince had already peed his pants,
Hey, he thought it was
creating one of
over.
the funniest segments in WWE history.
McMahon, 316, says I just pissed my pants.
Vince has had a few toilet mishaps over the years, including the time he defecated himself in a hospital bed on Raw. However, there was one time in which Vince legit pooed his pants whilst trying to get Gerald Briscoe to puke. This happened backstage before McMahon went to the ring for a live promo, as JR revealed in a radio interview in 2014.
This man was
Turns it back
crazy.
to Briscoe to deposit something little in the air, and it got liquid. He sharted.
Number 6, Do-Rag Vince. The Battle of the Billionaires between Vince and Donald Trump spawned one of the all-time WrestleMania moments, as Vince's head was shaved completely bald.
I remember
We
that.
all love to see Vince get his comeuppance. He played it brilliantly with great facial expressions and hilarious cries for
One
help. But what came in
thing
the following weeks,
you can't say about Vince is if he told you, he did some crazy shit. Like, that man didn't give a damn what he did. That man, that's one of the reasons I respect that man. It didn't matter what, especially back in the day, it didn't matter what it was. That man would go out there and do it. He didn't give a damn what people thought. That man did some crazy shit too.
this was absolutely
Do-Rag Vince,
hilarious.
I don't remember.
As Vince began to rock a do-rag and decided to tweak up his character a little, McMahon began referring to people as G and Holmes, incorporating various elements of black culture into his gimmick for a truly interesting result.
What's up, Holmes? What up, G? Come on. You got the do-rag?
Do-Rag Vince is crazy. Do-Rag Vince is crazy.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Sweet.
Do-Rag Vince is crazy.
Number 5 gets his head shoved up Rikishi's ass. The Vince McMahon Kiss My Ass Club was born in 2001 and has featured a host of different members.
That
so
is
it was all
crazy.
the more sweeter when Vince
That
got
is
his own head
crazy.
shoved up the biggest ass in wrestling. This went down on the December 6th episode of SmackDown in 2001. Vince was under the impression that he was going to be kissing Trish's ass.
Go kiss that ass.
Yeah, French kiss it.
However, McMahon was instead met by the returning
Rikishi came out
The
there.
Rock then proceeded to bury Vince's face into Big Keish's backside to cap off a truly classic segment.
Lucifer's lips on the biggest ass in the WWF. There is a God in this world.
Vince has always said he wouldn't ask his talent to do anything McMahon wouldn't do himself.
Exactly.
And Vince proved this by not only getting his head shoved up Rikishi's
I'm
ass,
telling
but
you.
Big Show's as well during a Hell in a Cell match at Unforgiven 2006, when Vince teamed up with Big Show and Shane McMahon in a losing effort against DX.
Suck it. Deep in the crevice.
Number 4
Deep in the
blows
crevice
out
is
both
crazy.
his quads at the 2005 Royal Rumble.
this ain't
Vince
too
is well
crazy.
known for losing his cool, and his fiery temper was on display for all to see during the closing stages of the 2005 Rumble match. This was as a result of a botched ending to the match where John Cena and Batista were both eliminated at the same time. The referees bought time by raising each man's hand. McMahon then furiously power walked down the aisle, throwing his jacket
Got in that motherfucking blew both his quads and sat there. just yelling, just sat there. But him being short of his Big Show ass for a while. Well, like he said, he wouldn't tell you to do something he wouldn't do, and he stuck to that shit. That man will do everything he tell you to do. That shit's wild.
Hit to the ground and awkwardly sliding into the ring. He tried to get to a vertical base, but the chairman had already blown out both of his quads at the same time whilst entering the ring. And as he sat there on the mat, Vince directed traffic, telling the referees and wrestlers to restart the match with the final two, Cena and Batista. The match finished as normal with Batista winning. Vince was somehow able to walk to the back on his own 2 feet before collapsing once he got through the curtain. All in all, it was an outrageous moment.
I know that
sums
shit
up
hurt.
just how angry, insane, and tough McMahon can be.
That was very unique. Not too many people can, sever, the quad tendons at the same time. Yeah, because you have no use of your legs at all.
Speaking of McMahon being tough, over the years he's taken some ridiculous bumps.
Oh! Right the hand. We got a spill on aisle 4. He's stalking him out.
Back.
He's not an athlete.
Back. Back.
Oh my God! Mr. McMahon's day of reckoning. Good God!
Damn, they don't do that no more.
It's gone. He's 53 years old. Oh. Oh no! Oh God! 20 feet off the floor. No! He may be dead. Watch out! There goes the floor.
Damn.
Oh my God! The hell is he gonna do? Degeneration.
That was a tough son of a, you know what.
He has been battered, bloody, but he's still breathing.
He might be bad at blood.
Blows himself up in a limo.
I remember
From
that.
involuntary blowing out both of his quads to purposely blowing himself up in a limousine. Vince has always tried to find ways of writing himself off television, but the chairman had perhaps found a way of getting off TV for good. On the June 11th, 2007 edition of Raw, at the end of the show, Vince would step into his limo, only to be seemingly blown to smithereens in one of the craziest ever conclusions to Monday Night Raw.
That was crazy. I thought that shit was so real.
The following week, the WWE was set to pay their respects to Vince McMahon in a special 3-hour episode of Raw. However, these plans were scrapped following the Benoit family tragedy, leading to Vince reappearing at the start of the show and thus cancelling the limo explosion storyline. Number 2,
Man.
Wrestling God. Vince has had his fair share of matches in the WWE, many of which were violent and bloody, but few were more shocking than when Vince and Shane McMahon teamed up to wrestle Shawn Michaels and God at Backlash 2006. In the build-up to the match, Vince devised his own religion, McMahonism.
And the name of it is McMahonism.
He also cut a blasphemous promo from inside a church.
What?
Blessed be the name of Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
There was also a skit where Vince healed Candice Michelle.
Heal this woman's breast.
What the hell was that?
Once it came time for the match, Vince introduced God down to the ring, equipped with a spotlight and funky music, which Vince of course danced along to.
McMahon wants God to get jiggy with it.
With Shawn set to jump off a ladder onto Vince and Shane
Bro,
below,
what?
the Spirit Squad interfered, putting HBK through a table, allowing Vince to
Yo.
make the cover and ultimately
The
get
Spirit Squad move, whatever they did, throw you up in the air, that shit was cool. But this nigga had wrestling, God, boy, what the hell? I don't remember that. But they scrapped a lot. They must scrapped a lot of shit. Because I don't remember that part. That shit's wild.
the victory for he and Shane. Number 1, wrestling his daughter. Wrestling God is bad enough, but how about booking yourself in a match against your own daughter just days before her wedding?
I think my mom, I was absolutely livid. My brother,
I mean, are you crazy?
my husband
This is ridiculous.
were more upset about it than I was.
Well, this is what Vince did at No Mercy 2003 in his first ever father vs daughter I Quit match. The two managed to have a compelling match that had plenty of heat and featured lots of weapon shots.
Here she comes.
Hey!
And also interference from Sable and Linda McMahon. The finish came when Vince began to choke Stephanie with a lead pipe.
This is insane.
This left Linda with no choice but to throw in the towel on behalf of her daughter, which therefore gave Vince the win. After the bell, Vince pie-faced Linda to the ground, closing out one of WWE's most surreal matches. Vince McMahon is loved and hated by many
I'm
through his
telling you.
on-screen and off-screen controversies. He remains perhaps wrestling's most polarizing figure.
I've never thought that my dad's gone too far on television. When my dad goes for it, it's great.
Vince has said before that once his time is up, he wants one last moment to say thank you to everyone.
Daddy's coming home!
So with that in mind, we'll close things out.
Hey, all the allegations just came out today. He definitely gonna get it. He definitely gonna get it. They finna get rid of his ass for real now. I'm gonna do a video on the allegations. I haven't fully read them, so hopefully by the time I'm done with this video, you know, if it come out. But like the video, like, comment, subscribe, share, and tell me your crazy Vince McMahon moments that probably went on here. But I definitely do remember the guy. That shit threw me off. That shit was wild. Like the video, like, comment, subscribe, share. Peace.